So welcome back everyone to another round of Planet Nomads. I've played some more with the space station. I even went as far as 10 air blades in each corner, and it fixed the leaning problem. Actually, it kind of mostly fixed it. It was like, you know, if it's flat, you know, like it's supposed to be, it was leaning only slightly, but of course that exaggerates the further out you get on the design from the center. The problem was that even with 10 air blades in each corner, so 40 air blades total, and these are large air blades, all of them running, holding the spacebar down for a full minute, it sank down and sat on the ground. It would not lift off the ground. So obviously I'm gonna need a lot of lifting power for this thing to get off the ground, and that was over half of my total power output just for those 40 air blades. So I may be redesigning some of the power structuring for this just because of the fact that I may not have enough power output right now to even get this thing in the air. But for today, we're gonna focus back on the vehicle, the, you know, lifting vehicle, because it's back to doing really weird stuff. I mean, when I had it, that video I made showcasing it working, testing it out, it flew great. It worked fantastic. I was thrilled. Save the game, load the game save later, come back, and it's now turning, or you know, it started turning clockwise as I would fly upwards. And there it goes. Now it's turning counterclockwise, going towards the back. Before I started recording this, I loaded the game save, and it was flying to the left, the back left corner, as opposed to the back right corner. So it's now going in a completely different direction than it was with the same exact game save loaded from the same exact starting point on the platform. It is now turning a different way, and this has been ongoing. I've tried this. I've made duplicate copies of the game save. I've reloaded it without closing the game out completely. I've closed the game out completely, and every time I get back into the game and launch from the same spot, it actually flies different, whether it's a small change or a substantial change. It's either, okay, well, this time it's not spinning as much as last time, or it's flying. Last time it was leaning more towards the left side as you're facing this way, and now it's leaning towards the right. So there's a lot of weirdness going on, and I'm thinking it has to do with the wheels and the fact that even though the wheels have no power going to them at all, they spin and move as I am using the up and down, you know, keys. As I'm turning, they actually move despite having no power. I mean, that could be, yes, it's airflow causing it, but I don't think so. So once again, I've loaded from the exact same game save, exact same point, exact same launch point, everything, and I've added now double the number of rotors. I've stacked them up higher, even though I know I do not need 8 large air blades for this to run and for it to lift. I added that. The one other thing I had to do was add another small deuterium generator because of the amount of power being drawn by all of the air blades. Once this goes active, that's going to be a lot higher than what the 2 generators will support. And yeah, it's the same thing again. You can see now I'm going forwards and to the left side with my rotation, flying upwards, and if I fly downwards, I'm still going forwards and left instead of reverting and going for, you know, backwards and left or backwards and right. All right, just in case it is a very minute, tiny imbalance in the way the back and the front's weighted differently, I've added some more armor blocks to see if that will make any notable change, like if it spins even a little less. And no, this time it's going back and to the right. It actually still looks like I'm I can actually see it leaning forward now more than it did when I'm going upwards, or you know, last time. So it looks like I have more thrust on the back or less weight on the back, despite the fact I have added more weight to it in the back of the vehicle. It actually has a more notable lean to the front with the extra weight added. Now, I love the fact that I'm not even flying upwards or anything. My wheels are still spinning despite no power. So I've reloaded once again, and this time I'm just pulling out all the stops. I really don't want to do it this way, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm taking out all of the claws by dropping them off using a removal of the hinges, and we're going to see if this fixes the problem. So if it is something, well, that didn't work right. You know, the hinges are kind of hard to target at times, I've learned. So now I need to put the wheel back. Let's see, is that the right one there? I think it is. And of course, now I can't. So I will have to fix that after I lift off and see what happens. Worst case, maybe I have to take the wheels out anyway. All right. One wheel missing, yes, so that could be affecting it, but all of the claws are gone, all the hinges are gone, and I have just as much spin to it as normal. And now it was going back and clockwise when I was just going up. Now I'm actually going faster because I have less weight, but you see I still have a major turn imbalance, and that's just going straight. That's supposed to be going straight forward, and it's rotating like the center of balance is on a different spot. So of course I'm back again, ready to use the exact same save, you know, just load it back to the same spot. We're gonna fly up, and this time instead of taking off the claws, I'm going to take out some of the wheels, and we're gonna see how that makes a difference. So we know removing the side wheels made a difference last attempt. So we're just going to take those out. And with that gone, is the weirdness in flight fixed? And it looks like it is. Look at that. I'm flying fast again. Like flying straight at 36 kilometers an hour, which is what I saw in the past when it was actually working correctly to begin with. So for some reason, after I had this set up and I was testing it and it was working fine, after saving, reloading that save, the wheels on the sides decided to start working differently for some reason. I'm not sure why that would be the case. Why it would wait till the save was reloaded to make those wheels function in a certain way, but again, the wheels should not even be spinning. There's no power going to them at all, and they're turned off. We should have an option to just lock the wheels so that even if I'm scraping rubber off the tire, it's not spinning the wheel. All right, we're going to try this now. So I do have a bit more control over it. I mean, at least in terms of the whole going side to side. It does seem to be a case now that as I raise up and lower, it's moving more forwards or backwards. Like I lower, it goes backwards. I raise up, it goes forwards. So it's definitely something going on with the wheels that now, after it was working fine before, it decided to use the wheels again and the movement controls. And just for the sake of trying it, because it worked fine before when I had this all going in one game session where I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to use that as a, you know, I built it and had everything set. These have no power going to them. They're brand new. I'm turning them off. So to make sure that's done. All right. And now I'm going to try not to chop my head off an air blade. We're going to try this again. Let's see now. Does it balance back? Nope. Immediately I'm going to the side at an angle. So there's definitely a flaw there that with the wheels unpowered, not even touching anything, they should not be spinning. That should not have an effect on the way things are moving. And I'm sure this is probably part of the whole flaw in the mechanics on why the WHO drives work and allowing us to have vehicles that can go extremely fast in the game. What if I cheat and just not complete any of the wheels? I just put them there as a nice little visual thing, almost. Basically, you know, there's a wheel there, but it's not actually, you know, fully built. It's just the frame and a little bit of rubber on it. Yes. Okay. So that's working again. Can I get the same top speed? Yes, I got a little more weight, but 32, 33. we're getting there. All right, so the workaround for this, at least in terms of the controls, seems to be just place them and then do not complete the tires. Let's see if it actually will let them slide still down over the container and fit. Yeah, it's not quite as smooth of a drop because I guess I mean, there's not that full rubber on it. You can see it's still making contact. It's not like I'm sitting there with something that's, you know, glitching and grabbing on it. It's actually dropping in, but it looks like it might be something to do now with the little extra pieces I put there, trying to make it look a little nicer. Yeah, so the wheels are working to line things up, but they're not lining things up quite as smoothly as they were when they were completely built, and that's leading it to hang up on the little angled pieces I had there, which I was kind of hoping to actually use something like that for a little more visual, interesting type stuff. You know, maybe have some spikes going up around it so it looks like one of the enclosures we've seen, you know, like the one from Tang that has like just the little part. It feels like it's actually slotting into something on the vehicle itself. All right, so that works. I'm gonna have to do something more with the wheels. All right, so this is gonna be the semi-permanent design now. As far as the mechanics go, again, I took the wheels back out after loading back to the same default save state. So the bottom wheels are all just the basic frame element of it, and I added 3 top wheels to it, which I saw just shift right there. It just changed the position a little bit. Let's make sure that lines up. All right, so that does line up, and I think I'm actually going to move this forward just a little bit so I could drop it on the very edge and give myself a little bit more room to place the vehicle for more testing work. But yeah, that's going to work for now, at least in terms of getting away from that weird mechanic of the wheels being completely unpowered and still turning and affecting the way you're moving in the air, despite the fact that it's you in the air, you're not on land. I mean, that makes me think, okay, do I need actually to put power on some of the wheels for them to provide movement, thrust when I'm on the ground? Can I build like only 2 wheels and tell them these are complete, these are powered, the rest are complete but unpowered, and the others will still help push things forward? Because it seems like that would be the case. But yeah, that's the design. So now that I know that's the weirdness, I'll watch for it to be fixed in a future update. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it like this, and then all I have to do a future update is actually go in, complete them, make sure they're powered off, do all that stuff that I've already did, and hopefully it'll still work. So now I can actually work some more with the cosmetics on this, and I know that it's working correctly again. So that's going to be it for this episode of Planet Nomads. Hopefully, if you were seeing the same kind of weirdness in one of your designs with the wheels being done like that, you now know to dismantle them. But if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.